88% of consumers trust online reviews as much as they trust a personal recommendation. Just think about that. Can you imagine having an asset online that can do almost the same, 88%, as well as a personal recommendation? Just awesome. Nearly 9 in 10 consumers have read online reviews to determine the quality of a local business. 72% of consumers won't take action until they read reviews. Can you imagine being a real estate agent and not having reviews if 72% of consumers are not taking action until they can read your reviews? You're not even in the game. You just gotta do the work. All right, let's talk about social proof marketing. What does it even mean? We are in a trust recession, if there ever was one. Consumers just don't trust you telling them how great you are, which is like way too rampant in the real estate industry. You know, you see billboards around town like, I'm the #1 agent, you know, use me because I'm #1 in this neighborhood. That is not appealing to the selfish motivations of a consumer. So consumers are really looking for other people to sing your praises. So we're going to get into how do you generate legit social proof and how do you use it to generate business. Now, this is not a magic bullet. This isn't going to happen overnight, but over time, and I'm going to show you what we were able to do in my real estate business over time, you will absolutely generate organic free business using social proof, specifically Google reviews. Let me share a quick story here. There was a time where I was brand new. So I was advertising. I wasn't new to real estate, but I went to see this dentist for the first time. But I was advertising on the same radio station that this dentist was. Dr. Yaste was his name. He was actually a client of mine. I think I failed to sell his home. It was when I first flipped the switch over to listings. My first part of my journey in real estate was heavy buyers. I cracked the code on buyers very early, 2007, 8, and 9. I think I closed like 120, 130 homes my first 2 years and 10 months in the business. And I think like 90% of them were buyers. And so when I finally got that system up and running, I hired a buyer agent. He took over that system completely. And I focused on generating seller opportunities, got really good at expireds, really good at FSBOs. And I also tried radio because other agents in other markets were using radio. And I'm like, well, if they're doing it, I might as well do it. Little did I know, nobody was tracking their numbers and they were just, you know, ego plays across the board. Anyway, these guys were also running radio ads. So I got to know one of the 3 partners, and I ended up moving from one part of Charlotte to another part of Charlotte and was changing dentists. And I was really close to their office. So I went in just as an ordinary patient. And when I was checking out of, you know, when I was finished with my first visit, not only was it an awesome experience. So when I showed up, I got a tour of the office and the different departments, and it was really a unique experience, unlike any other doctor or dentist office visit that I've ever been a part of. And so I got just a regular sort of, you know, got the x-rays and a cleaning, and, you know, so all was good. And I was checking out and I sat down to check out. And the woman that was checking me out, she said, she picked up her phone. She said, "Did you leave us a 5-star review yet?" And she had to have known it was my first time there. And I'm like, "No, I haven't." She said, "You know, grab your phone." She pointed to my phone. She said, "Pull up a browser, you know, search, go to Google and search Valentine Dentistry." And I did. She said, "Did you have a 5-star experience today?" I did. So I clicked it. She said, "Add a few words." And she took me through this process. And I said, "That is just awesome." I asked her 2 questions. I said, "Do you get a bonus when you do that? And why do you think the owners asked you to do that?" So obviously I knew as part of her process. As a business owner, I'm always looking for things like this. And she said, "I do get a small bonus. And the owners told me that right now, radio," they said mass media, and I don't know the exact word she used, if it was this technical, but my takeaway from it was that mass media was not working. And most of their business was coming through word of mouth organically through their shift to getting people just to leave 5-star reviews and some kind words on their Google profile. So, and I don't remember what they were back in the day, but if you look at Best Dentists in 28277, which is where they're located, you could see there are other dentists that have, 14, 352, 285, 285, 63. But Ballantine Dentistry, 543, 730 is not too 542. So there's some others, back in the day when I sort of stumbled upon this strategy through this experience with this new dentist, Ballantine Dentistry. Nobody had reviews, right? So this was sort of a novel thing. And you can see they got ahead of the curve. And I said, that is amazing. I went right from their office, and it was like, my office was like 5 minutes away. I went right into not even like our head. We had sort of an operations. We had basically split the company into sales and operations at that point. This was when I was just 1 day a week. And it was the 1 day a week where I even went to the dentist, and then I was going to go into the office. And I bypassed our operations manager, and I went right to our closing coordinator. And I said, Marianne, do we have any process to solicit testimonials or reviews at closing? And I sort of knew we didn't, but I just wanted to check with her. Starting immediately, we developed an SOP that at closing, we were going to ask every one of our clients to leave us a 5-star review. We implemented a broader process called the high performance promise, and really detailing out what it looks like to deliver and receive on the clients, from their perspective, a world-class experience with a real estate agent. But at the time, we hadn't even developed that part of it yet. Do we do anything like this? She said, no. I said, we need to start doing this immediately. And basically at closing, I just want you to do the same thing. Like, did you leave us a 5-star review? Basically mimic their process. I'm not a part of this business anymore. I sold it in November 2020. We were less than 60. I think we were around 60 reviews, or just in the 50s in terms of reviews. And, when I look at Best Real Estate Agent in 28277, you can see 137, 16, 26, 361, 155, 113. We were able to, so you can see High Performance Real Estate Advisors, 2,594. Now, I haven't been involved in this business for 4 years as I'm recording this. And when I left, I think we were about 1,200, 1,300 or so Google reviews. And so we regularly, continuously get business from people just doing organic search around, the best real estate agent in a certain area. When you look at all these offices here, there's just a hub of like every real estate office is located in 28277. When you sort of zoom out, you can see like where Charlotte is. This is the big growth in Charlotte is really in this area. So we're right in the middle of that big growth. And so that was the beginning of this journey to really harness the power of social proof. And so I want to go through a few stats here. 88% of consumers trust online reviews as much as they trust a personal recommendation. Just think about that. Think about, have you ever been referred by a friend, to use you to help buy or sell as a referral? Of course, right? Can you imagine having an asset online that can do almost the same, 88%, as well as a personal recommendation? Just awesome. Nearly 9 in 10 consumers have read online reviews to determine the quality of a local business. 9 out of 10. 94% say an online review has convinced them to avoid a business. Well, that's interesting. I actually like the 1-star reviews. It gives us a chance to look normal and also just respond to those people. Every once in a while, like 1 out of 100, maybe we'll have just a pissed off customer, but I really like those. It legitimizes the 5 stars. Customers don't really trust businesses with lower than 4-star ratings. And so our example here is a 4.9% rating. 80% of consumers say they trust 4.55 stars. 70% of consumers won't take action until they read reviews. Can you imagine being a real estate agent and not having reviews if 72% of consumers are not taking action until they can read your reviews? right? You're not even in the game. 90% of consumers read less than 10 reviews before forming an opinion, which is pretty cool. So you can have 150 reviews. They're only going to read 10 of them. Every star earned results to a 5% increase. And the 54% of consumers use Facebook as a place to learn. And so we didn't do a whole lot on Facebook. We went to, if I'm going to put my money on something, it's Google. I think they've proven that they are worthy of, placing your sort of digital billboard in terms of social proof. So here is a simple script that you should use to solicit a Google review. So if you don't have a Google business profile, go to YouTube and just find it. Super easy, step-by-step tutorial. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so set up a Google business profile, and they make it a little difficult. They have to validate your thing and send you the postcard. I don't know if they've changed their process, but this is an easy script. So everyone, the cool thing about Google, which is different than Zillow, and Zillow, love it or hate it. The thing that sucks about Zillow is, first of all, their goal is to take as much of our commission checks as possible, right? So they're upwards of 30 to 40% on some price ranges in terms of the referral fees they're taking now at closing. They make you attach a review to a specific property. So as I'm not saying you game the review, get fake reviews, but you can get someone who's like your best friend that lives in, my best friend, Chris, lives in Chicago, and I can get him to go on my Google business page for real estate and give me a 5-star review and say, Lars has been in the business for over a decade, has served, over 5,000 families, and absolutely crushes it. Highly recommend if you're looking to buy or sell, right? So you just need to get someone that actually knows you, likes you, and trusts you, and to say some good things about you. So here is the short of it. You could do this over phone. You could do this over voicemail or Facebook Messenger audio or voice text. This is the short script of what I would say, something like this. Go to Google, typing best real estate agent in your city or your zip, and see how many reviews the top agents have in your area. Your goal is to get twice as many as the top one. So if the top one has 250 reviews, your goal over the next, I don't care how long it takes because it's going to be worth it. Your goal is to get twice as many. So get 500 or 600 in that example. There's some markets where agents don't focus on this, and it's easy to get double the next closest competitor, but you cannot ignore this. Remember the stats that I just showed you. You cannot ignore this. So any way you can get in touch with them. So, hey there, Lars, hope is well. If it's a live call, hey, it's been a minute. I've been crazy busy with the kids and volleyball and horse and all the insanity, and still trying to sell a ton of real estate. I have a favor to ask of you, Lars. Would you mind, writing a Google review, a 5-star review about basically what you know about me or your experience with me if they used you to buy or sell? Buyers and sellers right now are turning to Google to look for agents, and it would really help me grow my business. Now, you can do some sort of contest. I don't think you need it. So you can skip that if you're not going to do that. We've done some of this with a contest and have had really good results because it gives a little bit of momentum and something exciting to kind of talk about. And so for every review they submit, if it's them and their spouse and their kids, as long as they have separate Google accounts, they get an entry to win something. You can make it a big prize if you're just doing a raffle. As always, it was awesome working with you. Check in. Hopefully you've got your database touch blueprint. That is something that we work on. Agent Brand Authority Builder. This is all stuff that we sort of piece together in our $1 Million Agent Method, which is we help you build out 4 lead generation levers in your business. This one little piece is like 1/10 of one of the 4 that we help agents build out in our 13-week implementation program, $1millionagentmethod.com. A quick plug. There's just a 7-minute video there. If you like what you see and you want to have a conversation with us, just book in a strategy session. So as always, I enjoyed working with you. And then let them know you're going to text them the link for the Google review. And I'll send you an email if that's okay. And you can set it up and then you just double check their email and confirm their cell phone so you can use it as a, and then here is a trick. So let me show you. Once you set this up, I am logged in up here as Lars at Real Estate B School. And when I click on my reviews here, so when I do a search of Real Estate B School and I click on the reviews here, if I wasn't the owner of this account, it wouldn't have this little, it wouldn't have reply to reviews here, and it wouldn't have this get more reviews. This is critical. You click on that. This link here, this review link, that's the link you want to send to people. So you copy it, and then you're going to text it, and they're going to click on it, and that little link there brings up right to the screen to leave a review. So that's really, really important. Okay. And if you missed it, go back and watch that. Basically, you want to be logged in. So you can see here, I'm logged in as Lars at Real Estate B School. And I go to my reviews, and I'm able to click on this link, get more reviews. And then you copy this. And this is the link that you'll include in all the emails. You can set this up in your CRM to go automatically out after closing, or to everyone in your database, announce you have a contest, and put this link in there, or just set up a, even like a text replacement on your phone. Basically, you type in like 3 letters and it automatically types out. On iPhone, it's in settings. And so there's lots of ways just to keep this top of mind. And my challenge to you is to take the time to implement this strategy. And the goodwill part of this is that you'll get some traction with this. And then you'll be like, man, if this is 1/10 of one of the 4, lead gen levers that Lars and his team will help me build out a $1 Million Agent Method, I've got to go back and check out $1,000,000agentmethod.com. So that is the challenge for you to take action. If you need help to help implement all of this, Database Touch Blueprint, our Agent Brand Authority Builder, which is expanding your digital footprint, which this is one of those tactics, and 2 other lead gen levers of the 10 others we have built out, we help you implement, plus all the lead conversion sequences, the text, the email, the voicemail drops, all of that stuff, the sales frameworks, and any leverage you might need around client care. If you need a showing agent, or if you need to hire a buyer agent or an admin or a virtual assistant, we've got all of that in $1,000,000agentmethod.com. So if that's you, go to $1,000,000agentmethod.com, and we'll see you on the next video. Be good.